Hey, what's going on? I'm Kerwin Frost, and this is the season premiere of Kerwin Frost Talks. I got some of the most interesting people in the world with me at this table. Tremaine Emory, Bloody Osiris, Nast. We about to have a beautiful conversation. Tune in. I think what's amazing about the four of us is kind of like we've all lived in this timeline and had like four completely different experiences throughout, like, what's it been, 10 years now? Shit.
Probably longer, for real.
Mm-hmm. It feels longer, though. Yeah, and it kind of has been longer, yeah. Because it was everything before the 10 that kind of got us here. How do you look back on that now, I guess, as opposed to when you were coming up? Because I think when we were getting into it, it was kind of like, how am I going to get these pieces? I'm just, like, obsessed with this. It's at any means necessary. Whether I'm going to just, you know what I mean? Yeah. Have to up it, whatever. We don't get the pieces. Now it's completely different, you know what I mean? Obviously. But, yeah. What was, like, the POV, like, I guess, then and now, looking back for you?
I mean, back then it was kind of like the Wild Wild West. Like,
yeah.
Now you got to be careful what you do, what you say, how you go about getting these pieces.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
just
true.
Everything is like, you're just under the
radar
microscope or something like that. You feel me? So it's like, back then it was just the Wild Wild West. Like, we was doing whatever to get clothes, you know what I'm saying? And looking up to these dudes like Nast, the whole ASAP mob, like, they was doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we kind of followed.
The tradition was handed down.
Yeah.
That's a fact. What about you, Nas?
People think that I always kind of knew what I was doing, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, I was just more so like, I wasn't trying to be involved with fashion or anything like that. Like, I always enjoyed dressing throughout my life. Like, you know, and like, just like, you know, and there's many people who obviously who helped inspire that. People like, you know, Pharrell, Ye, like, you know, like, so many people, Kurt Cobain, Pac, like.
But was there something also like with the mob where I was like, all right, we're gonna.
Us is like we was just like, I mean, we came together just due to the fly shit. We weren't like, yo, let's take over the fashion industry. Like, we just like.
It's like, what is this?
We were just competitive with each other. Like, we would see each other like, yo, like.
That almost helps a bit though,
because
it's like, I
gotta. Oh, word, you did that. But okay, cool. What's that? Like, you know. But we was always looking for new brands, like, you know, like. And this is obviously as we formed as a collective. Like, if we talking about me in my like earlier years and like, you know, basically, you know, the follow up to that, like, it was kind of, I don't know, like, it was pretty unorthodox. I was just a kid, like, you know, just enjoying dressing myself. Like, you know, like, for me, honestly, like, after seeing P and like how the way he did it, it felt so organic and like, I just felt like, damn, like, this is different. I mean, for us, like, I was always into music and rap music at that, like, you know, just different kind of music, different genres of music or whatever, and just like to know that he was heavily, like, you know, like a part of the rap community and hip hop community, and the way he presented himself during that, like, you know, he didn't look like the average, you know, like rap cat or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was completely different. Like, it was just like, damn, you could look like that, but be that.
Yeah, but be
that's
that.
hard. Like,
there was several interviews when Nori would bring up. He was the first one rocking with the Neptunes. He'd be like, P was wearing chokers. Like, no one was wearing chokers. Wearing chokers and like polos, tight polos. No one was wearing that. Like, I remember Barry telling me that they was shooting 5 with people uptown. Y'all was shooting 5 with people uptown over skinny jeans. Like, shooting 5 because you had skinny jeans on, because Catch associated that with being gay. Homophobia was rampant in the hood. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with being gay. But that's how it was. You know, it's like Jay-Z in a song said, like, I'm from the hood. No, the real hood. And that's how it was, like 80s, 90s. Like, I remember first time I had some Prada hot tops. I remember my man Boo or somebody was like, "You got on stilettos?" Prada hot tops with the strap. Because I got on because my man Rue Spitz, he go by the name Rubula. He's a musician. My next door neighbor. He went to London to do Tim Westwood. This is 1997.
Oh, that's crazy. That's a different type.
He was still in high school. He was with a crew called Crumb Corp, and they rap freestyled at Tim Westwood, and he went to the Prada store and copped some Pradas.
Wow.
And then he came back, had them on. That's who put me on the Prada. This is 1997, 98.
That's crazy.
So then when I got out of high school, I got a Saks. This is before, like, you could get credit cards easily.
Right.
And I got a Saks card, and I I had like 9 pairs of Pradas in 1999.
Just in one run?
But just from swiping.
That's
but
crazy.
Not cracking cards or nothing like that.
It was your money. You was just fucking credit up.
I had a Bergdorf card maxed out, Saks card maxed out, Barney's card maxed out, and credit cards maxed out.
Yeah.
First day of community college, signed up for the credit card,
right?
Maxed that out, signed up for another one. That's, you know what I mean? That's how I was getting it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was paying off that debt for, that's what, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I was doing to get those pieces.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You still paying that off too, right?
Nah, my credit's great.
Yeah, it's good now. It's good now. It's people don't talk about it. Like, just literally how that could fuck up your whole life. Just, you don't think about that. It's like,
absolutely.
It'd be like a library card, but it's not. You go to jail. That shit crazy.
The kids nowadays, they smart though. They know not to. You know how to use them credit cards. Like,
I don't even think they can get them though. They can't even get them.
They getting them no more.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, I was getting card. Like my first credit card, I think I had $10,000 limit. Something like that.
You know used to rock the polo a lot too.
Yeah. Crazy, yeah.
There's one photo of you, old school Germ. You got the old low hoodie on.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite photos of you.
That post, yeah. Good looking. Nah, yeah.
A lot of the low dudes, and you was messing with the low dudes.
You was a low head?
Nah.
You never had that phase? It wasn't even a phase?
That's the generation above me. Those guys are good older than me.
Yeah.
And that's Brooklyn. Brooklyn, that's Decepticons. And all that. So, you know, I knew cats that got down with them. Like my man Wilkins, he ran in those circles who ran Union. You know what I mean? So he put me on to, he didn't put me on the low, but he put me on to that lifestyle of racking and all that. I learned about that. I knew about it before as me knowing someone in the flesh.
Yeah.
It was Wilkins.
Because there was like no form. And then what was you doing after you was getting those pieces? Because like at least for us it was like, you know what I mean?
Hanging out on 42nd Street. After work, so then my crew, cats that I work with, we bust our paycheck, change our clothes, go to 40 Deuce, and go to BBQs, hang out in front of the Virgin, cats is rapping, Shells used to be out there, you know what I mean? Different cats be out there rapping, chilling, and then, you know, me, I knew spots downtown, so I'd go hang downtown after hanging on 40 Deuce, so that I would kind of cut down the crew. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we'd be mob deep.
Right. And not that many people was going to go downtown.
Then it'd be like
one or two.
Usually it'd be my man Eddie.
Yeah.
Don't know where he at now. But a couple other cats, we go downtown. And used to be this place on First. We used to go to, it was right next to Lucian. It was called 16. Okay. And we can get in there. They used to let us in. They didn't check ID.
Wow.
You know, a couple other spots we would go to. But that's what, you know, hanging out on 40 Deuce.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah. 40 Deuce. Was where you get your shit off at.
I never heard that.
You know what I mean? And it's interesting because the mentality was the same. That's why I would never knock, like, we were doing what cats do with Fit Pics, but you did it in real time.
Yeah.
But you had to do it by going to the parties.
Yeah. Literally. You had to see with that shit on there.
I had to show face.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what you would do.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
Whereas now, you don't got to go to the party to get your fit off.
No, this
and
is
let people know your particular style or whatever you're trying to do, show your style, or you're just trying to show you got money, or whatever, keep up with the Joneses, whatever you're doing, you could just do that on the ground. Before, you had to be outside.
That's a fact.
You know,
it's easier though when you just got to see it outside though, because you can't.
Nah, I think it's easier now. You can do it on the internet.
You think it's easier on the photo?
You could fake it.
Yeah. But in person, you can fake it though. You could wear like Tuesdays hat, Wednesdays.
But you got to be like
scarf
that.
From Wednesday.
But how you wearing your jewelry? You got to think about these dudes back in the day, big truck jewelry, outside. You got to be really like that to be out in these places, opposed to doing it in the crib or outside, and then you run it back to the car. You don't know how these dudes
it's very different
right now. You feel me? It's way different.
Yeah, like there's no one.
That's a fact.
Like if someone told you,
they put it on it's almost like a costume now. You're saying.
Exactly, because it's like, let's take a place like the Tunnel. I was a bit young for the Tunnel, but you know what I mean. If I was old enough to get in there, or if I was rolling like that, you got to be rolling with certain people.
Right.
You can't just go there.
Just pull up. Yeah. It's like, yo, what are you doing?
You get your stuff getting taken.
At the door though, by security. Ain't even you
didn't even make it in.
You didn't even make it in.
You didn't make it in.
Security.
You know, so it was also, you had to be a certain ilk to rock certain pieces.
Yeah.
So it was real life, and it was real too, because it was like, it wasn't hipster. It wasn't. No. It was like street.
Right.
Whether you were street or not.
Yeah, that's what it was. Bloody, how you feel about that? Like, I guess like we both came up putting up the fit pics.
That whole formula come from like them London cats, like Gully Guy, Leo, and them.
That's
I remember
crazy.
they was matching.
Nah, that's cap. No way.
They was matching they outfits
with the you mean with the scenery? Okay,
with the scenery, you understand?
Crazy.
But so I had to take it.
Wow.
I couldn't take what they was doing. You understand? So I had to do my own thing by like going to the most craziest, outrageous backgrounds, like Iceland, shit that don't make sense. Like, yo,
Parts
why are
of
you
New
there?
York, I'm
Like, why you there wearing baggy jeans and Timbs? Why you in Iceland on the beach with Timbs on? Be
crazy.
I had to do something different than what them cats was doing, but I respected and admired it. And them dudes is younger, so you don't need like niggas be thinking OGs and you everybody look up to older niggas. Now sometimes you look up to
young guys. They might teach you something real quick. That's always the case, actually.
Yeah, like how even with music, like Drake and them niggas, they go seek out the young hot dudes in their city and hop on the record with them.
Students be the teachers sometimes.
That's true.
It goes back. It goes both. It's not a one-way street. You know what I mean? It goes both ways.
That's a fact.
And that's when you become an old head, when you stop respecting the youth
kids,
and seeing that you can learn from them.
Yeah,
that's
and
a fact.
having it go both
That's a
ways, and you
fact.
just want to talk down on them.
Damn.
You know, I don't fear it because I'll never be like that. Where you don't recognize the youth.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
There's something to learn from them, and there's something from
Absolutely.
them
No,
to learn
that's
from
true.
you too.
That's
You
true.
know.
That's a fact. And then how do you feel about it now, like when you go to do it, or if you about to? Because now it's a whole different.
Yeah, it's a different ball.
Now it's like
AI. Like,
that's what I was gonna say.
I don't even be thinking these dudes is wearing clothes no more.
No.
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying? Like, I just think they in their room in their boxes and shit. They just put the fits
They
on.
draw, they 3D print out the whole
I'm
fit.
not knocking it.
No, it ain't wrong. It ain't wrong. No,
Even if they ain't really physically wearing the clothes, they had to still style that. So
that is true. They had to put it together. Yeah.
You know what it's like when Ye and Just Blaze came with that sound on Blueprint too. With Blueprint with Jay. You know what I mean? Soul Beats, you know. Also Heat Makers, and you know them cats too.
Exactly.
And then it just went crazy.
Crazy
and
left.
it burnt it out.
Yeah.
You know? And I just feel like, especially y'all two, y'all three,
Yeah.
y'all came with that heat, and then y'all stepped off it, and y'all keep developing your style. Same way, Ye was like, okay, y'all doing soul beats, I'm gonna do 808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah.
So y'all did debate with Jordans,
Everything,
this, that, rap to death, and then y'all keep stepping on to other things. And it's not just about and that's the thing I really appreciate the three of y'all style is, it's not just about brands, it's about proportion.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing, is really the development I've seen is not more so about the pieces.
Yeah.
Just catch silhouettes and the way y'all play with color, silhouettes, proportion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
That's a big thing for me.
that's what I really see the difference, and that's how you could tell the difference between not the real and the fake, but maybe the leaders and the followers. You develop the style for a lot of reasons. You know what I mean? Like even like you brought up Kurt Cobain. He was a leg guard too, right? But he was a leg guard partly. Two reasons. It's weird. Kind of read so much about him and Nirvana. It's like he used to get bullied in school for being skinny.
Yeah.
So he wore layers. So cats would think he was weighed more.
Oh,
you know
wow,
what I mean?
that's crazy.
You know?
I didn't know that.
So also where they were first living, the band, like they were just basically squatting.
Yeah.
Ain't have no heat or nothing. So the cats was bundled
yeah,
up.
they just had to have the
So
layers.
that style was coming from a real place of
Yeah.
insecurity, of
Literally.
necessity.
Falling together in an accident.
He only wore vintage. You know what I mean?
That's one of the reasons why I always wore so much layers.
Like
because,
legit, for real?
Yeah, I always just felt like I was skinny. Like, so like, even now, like it took me a lot to be able to start wearing shirts like this, like being comfortable with it. Like, I would always have on a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Like something over the hoodie, then a trench coat with the scarf, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I always wanted to make myself feel like I had more weight. But to me, not to nobody else.
For me, it was the opposite.
Yeah, it was
I
your
felt
own
like
thing, yeah.
When I look at myself in the mirror, I don't feel extra skinny. I feel like,
you
I
are
got some
there.
weight on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nast, what's made you not kind of start a brand in this entire time?
I always just been happy as a consumer. Like, you know, like
That's
I
hard.
love because being a consumer in this is kind of like my job. It's like my own, like, you know.
It takes a lot to do that, though.
No,
it really does. 'Cause I'm
absolutely,
sure everybody in the world's
absolutely.
brought it up.
Yeah,
and it's always
I get asked that all the time.
Yeah.
And people always say that I know you're gonna end up in some big fashion house or something and whatever. And like if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Like I'm not like I won't be pressed no way. Like you know, like I said, like I'm happy as a consumer. Like you know, like and I feel like so many people, and we've seen it before happen. Like I mean, look like Andre 3000, like. Amazing dude, very well dressed, and I think he just did it for himself. Like you know, and like he started a brand. It didn't really do is like what people thought it would do. He had Benjamin Bixby.
Oh wow,
I was in parties and all that.
Damn.
But he was happy with it.
Yeah,
wow.
exactly.
And that's the key.
Do you wear your own stuff?
Yeah, I never see you wear your own stuff.
See,
Why?
I think that's the difference between us. Like I wear all my shit.
I love that about you as well.
More than you know. More than you know.
I don't know. Like
more
you know what
I
it
wear
is,
yourself in real life more more than you would know.
But what it is like you know what, when you work on something for so long and you see it for so long and like just down to every little stitching and little detail, like you've seen this thing for such a long time. Yeah. And I'm the biggest fan of it before it comes out.
Same.
But once it comes out and then everyone got it, I'm over it. I'm all for it. I'm like, okay, what's the next thing?
Yeah.
I was gonna
that's
say
what it is for these. Like,
so that's why. And then if you notice, a lot of the time when I'm doing collabs, I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
Like,
no. That's what I was gonna say.
Before it come out, like
well,
my
for
cons,
me,
I was rocking my cons every day before they came out. People are like, yo, what's those? I'm like, yo, they coming out. Blah blah blah. And then when they come out and everyone gets them, I'm off.
You're done.
Because I'm already thinking about the next one. I'm like, yo, all right, what's the next deal? Like, what we doing next? Like, you know.
I was wondering because with me, like I guess I had Spaghetti Boys or whatever, but when it's like namesake, I haven't done the brand thing because I care too much about like I guess how it's gonna get made. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, the reason I work through collabs because it's just like, okay, I can trust that this is gonna last or blah blah blah. Even though some of the stuff I've made, I'm like, okay, I didn't need to do it that way.
I mean, the brands just having the right team, right? And you will have if you have the right team and the means, you will have the production you want. You know what I mean? Especially if you don't like lock yourself into the fashion schedule. But I feel like I don't. The part of the reason why I don't wear my own stuff is what Nast was saying. Like, example, Kiss My Grits. I was working on that before I got sick.
Yeah, people didn't know that.
That was supposed to come out almost 2 years ago. Yeah. And then, I had the aneurysm, and I was laid up, literally laid up in the hospital for 3 months, laid up in my crib in Tribeca for like almost a year, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so, for me, by the time it comes out, I just like, again, I'm working on the next thing.
And it's not that you don't love it.
Yeah.
You love it. You absolutely love it.
No, you love it when you spend it together, too.
And then the other thing I will say is, for me, it's like, I don't know if George Lucas plays with Star Wars toys. He invented the characters, wrote the story, created the world, makes it. So for me, Denim Tears is a film. For me, it's a story. Yeah. And I'm telling it, and then I think I'm on to the next film. Like, I was just like,
that's it.
So then I feel like if I'm wearing it, I'm like almost not doing cosplay, but like, I'm in the film. I'm the director of the film.
Yeah, but you do wear it, but not as much people as people would expect you to wear it. But like, for like obvious reasons. Like, like I said, you work on these things for the amount of times you do, and then like it's not like you get over them like you hate them, but it's just more so like, okay, like this was this. What is the next thing? Like, And
I get my greatest joy from seeing people wear it. Like,
exactly.
Like,
exactly. I love to see people wearing stuff like that.
Wearing it,
like actually,
and getting the fit off.
My biggest joy with like seeing people wear my shit is like people that be wearing it see me and don't know who I am.
They're just wearing it.
Yeah, that's the best thing. That's one of the best. One of them. One of the best things.
That's one of my favorite things when I see it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Man. But it just happened like that because I remember I used to see like one of my other friends, I got a brand and all that, like he would say like people would have the stuff on, he'd be like, yo, nice hoodie and all that. They don't know who he is.
They don't even know it's him.
And I'm like, damn, everybody that wear my stuff know who I am. You understand what I'm saying? But now it's at the point where
it has its own name.
It got its own.
And that's also the power of not having your name. So
and that's another thing too. Because of social media,
I already know where you're going with this.
Everyone look like I'm grateful for my the job I have and everything I have. But if I was doing it 20 years ago, 15 years ago. No one, Tom Ford could walk down the street. Marc Jacobs, only way you knew who Marc Jacobs. He was first fashion superstar.
Yeah.
Really, but most of these guys and girls, they could walk down the street anonymous, and I dream of that. You know,
or like Cynthia, Cactus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's another part too. I just feel like wearing it makes it even more bombastic. Like it's Tremaine.
It's like you screaming it.
And he's in the thing.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Screaming it.
Yeah.
So, and it's already, I get so much, and I'm grateful. And I know it takes courage for every kid that comes up to you and tells you that they like your stuff. So I don't ever want kids to stop doing that, because I appreciate every person that
I've grown to really appreciate
or that comes up to me. Because my man, the OG Steve Arroyo,
absolutely.
he told me one night we was out rolling around LA and kids were coming up to me and I was getting a bit, not annoyed, but just like a bit jaded, despondent. He was like, yo, Tremaine, just know that for every kid that comes up to you, there's 100 that don't.
Yeah.
Too shy. And they're going to always regret that. So someone that comes up to you, that's showing a lot of love.
Yeah, it takes a lot to do that in today's day, too. So everybody want to act like they know everybody too.
So it just makes it even more, like, for me, like, wearing the thing, too, you know? So I just get my enjoyment from, it's like when your mom would take you, my mom and then would take me to Six Flags.
Yeah.
My mom would sit and watch us go on the rides. Yeah. She got her enjoyment
that's
from
funny. That was a really good, I like that.
So that's me, I just get my enjoyment, and she did her own thing. You know?
It's crazy because I feel opposite.
Her thing was go gambling with my dad.
Yeah.
That's my thing. It's like, my thing, I go wear 45 RPM and the other clothing that I like wearing, my vintage pieces. That's like my mom going gambling. And then when I see kids wearing my stuff or my friends wearing it, that's watching y'all on the roller coaster.
That's the moment. Something that doesn't get talked about enough, I think, just like this society, like post Virgil, almost like within a week of his passing, it was like, all right, who's gonna be the next created? Like I saw it immediately, and what was insane was like, it wasn't just like people in Instagram comments, it's like people who knew him are like on the phone saying, yeah, but who do you think? And I'm just like, yo, this is not Pokemon. Like this is like, he was like a real, I mean, we're seeing the effect of it now. We're gonna see more of it, but I think his like absence and it was a way bigger than who's gonna be the next to get the job, or you know, that was, you guys were Louis Vuitton statues.
Yeah, I mean, with V, man, it's just like,
it's beyond that.
If you ask me, there ain't no filling no shoes.
No, I agree. No, it'll never happen again.
And if we get anywhere close to that, it ain't gonna be no time soon.
No.
At least, I mean, for what I can see right now. It wasn't just like his creative ability. It was more so, for me, the love that he showed.
That's another, I was gonna say.
It was like,
he was the most culturally empathetic person.
It was like, he made you feel like, and all of us.
And he had to try to make you feel like you
he
felt
didn't
it.
even know like that. Feel like it was their accomplishment.
Yeah.
Like he was really, like he was one of those guys that he was for the people. Like he was really like, you know, like, and he ain't have no pride and ego.
No matter what.
He knew how to like put his ego to the side, if even fucking.
It's impossible.
Like, you know,
I think it's impossible to do it at that level for anybody. Because we're all emotional. Like we all had to kind of fight to get here.
Absolutely.
Like, or to a place. And it'll be like one text that would be like, all right, it's up. Fuck this nigga for life. Like, and you're just like, yo, this is someone you know for 10 years. Like, you know, off a weird text and some old trauma where you saw him at this thing and now y'all not fuck with, like,
and he was the glue to a lot of conflict with motherfuckers and all that. You know, as you can see, like, soon as he passed, a lot of shit fell up. Everybody
it literally went. It like that, bro. Like that.
It was over. It was over. All right, cool.
The movement was over.
Ain't stick. All right, cool. Fuck you. Everybody, like, immediately. It wasn't even like,
no time.
It was like direct. It was like immediately effect. Like people were like, all right, cool. And you just seen people that were fake, like.
Oh, immediately. Just off the.
It was just crazy.
What they were saying.
All of that just goes to show what kind of like guy he really was and the impact that he had on all of us. Like, you know, this culture in general, what we call culture, like, you know, like he was literally the ring leader. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, he got that position showing love. Like, not like, yo, I'm the top creative, I'm doing better than everybody.
Treated everybody.
Like, and which he could have.
Yeah. Easily.
He could have. And there was a lot of people who argue to be like, yo, I don't really dig what he putting out, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
He could have remembered that.
My thing always to people is, let me see you do better. Because ain't nobody stopping you. The same way he got to where he got, you could get there too. So if you feel like you better, then prove it. It was a lot of designers, big ones. Big ones.
Capping them down.
Big ones. Had a lot to say about
same designers posting Rest in Peace V.
Like, come on.
I don't want to make this negative, but
we're not taking it, but nobody else is going to talk about it. Like, there's nobody else has said
Rest in Peace V, and I'm like, wait a minute, you was capping him down during his first collection, pointing out this and that. You said this in the article, said that you don't see him as a real. Why you doing a Rest in Peace post?
Raph Simmons.
You know what I mean? But I will say, V killed him even in his afterlife with kindness. You know what I mean? And like, which is the I think the highest. You know what I mean? The highest level. And you know, even to bring up, Nast said the love. Just a little quick story post V. V's mom, and it's not flexing, whatever. But
bro, this is not like.
I know, no, bro. But you know I'm saying that.
Bro. No, right. That's fine.
So V's mom hit me like. This is a couple months after he passed. She hit me up. She said, "Cause I knew V's mom. She had the shows, events, the small ones." She said, "I first learned about you when you and V went to Nigeria together, and we were like." Because they from Ghana. She's like, why are you in Nigeria, Virgil? He's like, I'm good, I'm with Tremaine. That's how she first learned about me. You know what I mean? It's like 2015. Anyway, so we see each other once or twice a year going forward at the off-white shows, right? So we built just a nice rapport, like everyone else did with V's lovely family. So then, I'm saying this about what Nast said about the love, where he could have just talked about him, but he talked to everyone else. His mom sent me this message, because we exchanged numbers at the funeral. My son really loved you. I could tell from what I've been watching every interview, all his interviews, and he talks about you so much. I could tell you guys are really good friends. And I bust out crying. And I'm bringing it up because V's at college doing a talk, and he's talking about this nigga from Jamaica, Queens, that he met in London in 2012. He don't gotta bring me up. So to the point where his mom's like, oh, because you know his mom got V family got to sort through the cap. Who's really who? Because a lot of everyone's like, V's my brother. So she watching a video and she's like, man, he talking about Nast, he talking about Bloody and Tremaine and A-Side and wow, he flew out Bloody for the Off-White show when he came. You know when you came home, you know what I mean? Like bro, that's not time I'm gonna tears bust on my wig. When I'm in Florence, Italy, I first met Bloody in the flesh on Lafayette with V. With Ian in front of Supreme.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
You understand how shit full
circle. He was with Ian, I was with V. It was across the street. Ian sent us was like this. And we crossed the street and we just chopped it up. And then me and him exchanged info. And then we met up again. Remember we met up? I remember, and it was real. It was like Catch was connected through V and through just the love of the game, the love of the game. So for me meeting Bloody through V and Ian in the flesh, and then building our own rapport, and then knowing everything he represented and been through. When I was in Florence for the Off-White show, and he's walking it, I'm like, V was like, you got that's the thing about V. V was releasing the Jordans, right? One of his biggest project release, and he's telling me I gotta be at the show because Bloody's walking it. That's what he said to me. He was more. I'm telling you, on my mother's grave, he was more excited that Bloody was walking the show. He dropped in a Jordan 1, bro, when it was still.
He just Tremaine touched 10 icons.
10, Wall Street.
I remember when that news came out, everybody was just like, huh?
We gotta get there,
Like, I've been fighting with them over there just you know what I'm saying? Like, and this guy, they let this guy touch 10 icons? Like, what? And he's just walking around the city acting like it's normal. Like, he's just like, yo, bro, you on the phone with him? He's like, yeah, man, we just dropped. I said, we?
He made us all feel
I said,
like
I ain't do nothing. Like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, nah, like it's for the culture. Like it's for everybody. And I'm
And
like, what? Like
sound
he
of the
made
rock
all
is
his.
time that we eat.
Yeah.
Sound of the rock is time that we eat.
That's what it was.
That's how you
But like
feel.
it was just
like
like
that.
he was the type
It
of
really
guy.
did feel like
Like
that.
I remember even like when he DJs, like
Yeah.
if I'll text V while I'm outside, I'm like 20 minutes away. He like, yo,
Somehow
pull up.
still responds.
At some crowded festival somewhere around the world, if it ain't here. And yo, bro, I'm like, yo, they giving me issues. Bro,
Come out
the
personal.
turntables. Come down
Actually.
himself
Actually.
and get you.
Yes.
And be
Yes.
like, yo, yeah, they good. And
Yeah.
then have everybody on
Yeah.
stage with him.
Yeah.
Like,
That's facts.
I'm
Bro.
like, yo, bro, you don't find that type of love.
No.
Like that
Nah,
love is
no,
like
no.
that was like one of a kind.
It
Like
really
you don't
was.
that don't come
February.
every day.
February 2015, and I'm thinking about this because my man brought up the Brit Awards with Skepta and Ye and everyone on the stage,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, all day.
So, Mom Dukes passed away a week before that.
Yeah.
So we had been building, and I was supposed to be there for that, right?
Wow.
So obviously I went to my mom's funeral December 3rd. So anyway, a couple months ago, Cactus is, she trolling through V's Pyrex Tumblr.
Yeah.
She sends me the picture of his Instagram post where he posts a picture of Skep, Ye, and everyone on stage, and he writes, Denim Tears is supposed to be here, sending him love wherever he's
Wow.
at. So Cactus is like, why did he post that? I was like, oh, that's when my mom died. And V knew I was going through it. And I remember being at my uncle Creevest in Augusta, Georgia, just buried my mom that morning. He knew I was at my mom's funeral. I remember my girlfriend at the time, she said, yo, look at your phone. And V posted that. I swear to God, I got up out the bed. I ain't never stopped working since. That's on everything. Because my man was like, damn, Tremaine's down there burying his mom.
Yeah.
We out here with Ye on the Brit Awards. They did they did a show.
Y'all just known
they
each
did
other
a
for
show
1
where
year
we,
probably since
couple years.
Yeah.
We met in 2012.
Oh, okay.
When I walked, I met him really 2011, 12 when I walked the Pigalle show.
Oh, wow.
But we were locked, so we probably.
I think I walked in that show too.
I think so too. Yeah.
I did. I walked in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
I remember he had a
Yeah,
blue, he had a
actually.
baby blue Pyrex hoodie. It was 2012.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
even that's what we're talking about. V. So y'all could argue about the designs, this, that, Lou. I actually don't. Not that I don't give a fuck, but it's like that shit. Going to get Nast, having Bloody walk the show.
Yeah.
When no one did that. You
Yeah,
know what I
no.
mean? It's cool to
No,
find
his
find the
consistency
kid off the
insane.
street that gets fly.
Yeah.
Now that's
he
the
loves
thing.
to go against the grain.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, yo.
He was like, oh, nah, they don't want us to come in here this way. Nah, let's get more.
Yeah.
But
Bro,
even if
funny
you can catch him for 2
story.
minutes,
A
he'll.
funny story, right?
Yeah.
Somebody was trying to, I ain't gonna say no names though, but somebody, you know who you is and all that,
Yeah.
wherever these cameras is at. Somebody was trying to blackball a nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I'm a young fly street nigga from, you know what I mean? Whatever. And it was V and another big designer. Big designer, he had a house right now, whatever. And they asked, yo, what's up with the kid Bloody to the, the blackballer,
Yeah.
the said blackballer,
Yes,
right?
yes,
What's
yes.
up with the kid Bloody? Y'all the blackballer, they don't fuck with him, don't fuck with him. This designer right here said, all right, I'm not gonna fuck with him. V said, he taking me under the wing. This before you knew, he took me under the wing. Like, now I'm gonna go against the grain. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
extra.
saying? That was like,
Extra.
we here now type shit. You feel me?
And not even only.
And now this
yeah.
designer right here, he fucking like this and all that.
And,
Right.
and,
That's
ag-
what I
and
mean.
again,
Yeah.
and again, people gotta understand. At that time, going against the grain was like it could be like you out,
Yeah. Yeah. No.
you out,
Oh, it's still like
He
that.
took chances.
It's still like that.
like
It's
almost
still
damn
like
near,
that.
you know, like that,
No,
Because
that-
he cared though, because he didn't care if they were like, oh well, we don't fuck with you
Yeah,
now because
yeah.
you fuck with
Fuck
that.
with
them. Yeah,
it was
no,
like,
no,
yo,
he
this
didn't.
is me, this is what I come with.
Yeah.
And if you don't like that, then you don't got me. And
You don't gotta
that's
speak
that.
a
But we
certain
still
way.
got us.
Yeah.
That's how V was. It was like
He
we still
was,
got us, and
yeah.
if y'all not rocking with that, then that's cool. And that was what made him so special. Like because like you don't have that type of energy. Like people are like,
And he-
oh, I can't fuck with you. You my boy, but I can't fuck with you right now because they're not fucking with you. Let me go over here and do this, and then I'll come back.
back.
V was like, nah, I'm not gonna leave without you. It's either I'm coming in the door with them or I don't come through the door.
Yeah.
How you want it? Like you know, and people
Yeah.
had no choice. He left people no choice because
This is
like
what it is, and y'all
people
gonna have to
loved
fuck with
him
each other in the
and
same
wanted to
room.
rock with him, and they knew that in
Literally.
order to get him,
Yeah.
they had to take the
Take
hooligans.
it.
They had to take all the hooligans he
That's a
came
fact.
with.
bro.
Like,
my
everybody.
first was it a 4-digit? I don't know what digit check. My first check in this game
Yeah.
that I got, I can't. A-Side been doing it before me, so he didn't caught checks before. You know, A-Side is my friend / mentor.
Yeah.
When Yeah, V did Coachella. Remember he did the Calvin Klein?
Yeah.
Where they rented out that whole hotel, 24
that was
bungalows.
one for the
and he had
Bucks.
just did the email like, we were talking, blah, 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 blah. He's like, matter of fact, I need you and A-Side to DJ
had
the
the
whole
trailer.
thing and do all the interviews. Because we had just started No Vacancy.
Yep.
And he was like, email, y'all got to take care of them. Boom. They flew us out. They paid us a little bit of bread.
Yeah.
Then we caught a boiler room check. I think it was like 20 grand, and then we had to pay the DJ. So after we paid everyone, me and Eastside split like 10 grand.
Yeah.
That's the most money I ever made in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was working retail making $38,000, 38,000 pounds a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I caught a 10G check.
Off one
I
hit.
split with my man, you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
booked Taz, couple other DJs. You
You're
know what
talking
I mean?
about that time at the Coachella?
Yeah, you was crashing.
Yeah, I was there. No, yeah.
Crashed at Lucas.
Yeah,
bungalow.
we all went under Luca's name. It was me, Aspie, it was who else? White Trash Tyler. We all came in. Well, all right, Luca got a room, and then we ended up staying in like.
But that's my thing. V caught.
He set that up, so literally what happened.
Calvin Klein hired him to creative direct this thing, and he took all his ragamuffin.
Yeah, literally, we had no place to
You know what I
stay.
mean? And
Literally,
was like, yo, like, I still had a retail job. I just got laid off. I think.
I didn't know how coincided that
Well, I might have
was.
still been at MJ, and it was like I had to do this shit on the weekend, and it was like, yo, it was like, what? They paying my hotel, flying me out there, business, this and the third, getting paid. This is the life
Yeah.
we could actually possibly have. You know what I mean? But he could have just got Diplo or someone to do it. Someone established.
Yeah.
He got we just started No Vacancy. The ink wasn't dried on the logo.
No.
You know what I mean? But it's just I love this guy so much.
Yeah.
I remember, bro, like, I'm still working at Marc Jacobs. Boom. A-Side knew V through Tono Tego, his cousin.
Yeah.
And A-Side was involved with the whole Yeezy 1 and Yeezy 1 launch. So he knew Ye and them when they lived in London. He'd been knowing them. A-Side's doing his thing, quit Nike, working a job. Quit Nike to make music.
Yeah.
He had a cushy energy marketing job. He quit it to make music.
Yeah.
So boom, I moved to London. Me and A-Side started doing parties, and I get this job at this place called La Bodega Negra, owned by Serge Becker.
Yeah.
I'm the social director doing parties. You remember that spot?
Yeah, of course.
Down in the basement in London. So
That's his
I'm doing
OG.
parties there.
He was there for
So,
everything.
Boom, Virgil lands in town, and he links with my man. Well, we don't really fuck around right now, but still gotta shout his name because we was cool then. Kyle,
Yeah.
Dimmers, right? And Kyle's like, yo, where's that spot you run for Surge? I'm like, it's in Soho. Me and V gonna get a drink there. You wanna come meet us? I said, maybe.
Yeah.
Yo, A-Side, Virgil in town. You wanna go meet him? He's like, sure. He's a good dude. He's a cool dude. I knew V from just meeting him at the Pagal party, and I didn't know him like that.
You didn't know of him at all?
I didn't know him, but I didn't know him like that.
Yeah.
I don't just,
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
I'm not just
I'ma
hanging
pull
out
up on
with people
some-
because they had
'cause
time.
it's
I don't
you.
do that.
Yeah.
So A-Side's like, nah, he's a good dude. And I was cool with Kyle.
Yeah.
So went, met him, and we kicking it all night, right? Boom. You know what I mean? This is 2012, 13, because Jesus came out that year. So we kicking it that night, drinking, talking about music.
Yeah.
Virgil says to A-Side, yo, you doing music you didn't tell me?
Wow.
You got to tell me so I could
Connect
play
the
stuff
dots,
for Ye, because you the God. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I'm your plug. It's 2013. He's still working
And he's
for Ye.
talking like that,
So
which
then
is crazy.
He's like, yo, my friend's showing up. Can my friend come in? Because I locked the doors. I locked the doors in a bitch. We doing a lock-in.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, my friend just got in town. Can he come through? I'm like, sure. I go up, open the door. It's Frank.
Yeah.
That's how me and Frank met.
Wow.
Through V, right?
Wow.
So we all hanging out the whole night. So then we all drunk talking. And I said, yo, I tell you a funny story since you work for Ye.
Yeah.
I said, yo, back in the day, I used to work at this liquor store. And I worked at the liquor store, and my OG would do parties, Big East. So now I was trying to do parties myself. And some cats had done a party at Club A in Far Rock, which we call like Baby Brooklyn. And it sucked.
Yeah.
I'm like, how you do a party? But it was before Kanye popped like that.
Right.
So I was like, this is the guy. You gotta, if I did it, I'll have it popping.
Yeah.
So I hit my man Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
So Ferris was the dude. He's like, yo, I know Don C. It's gonna be like 10 G's though. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna holler at one of my mans that hustle, get them to front me the money.
Yeah.
So I holler, Ferris give me Don C number, This is 2002, before College Dropout calls out.
That's
I
so
called Don
What? I
C.
can't even think of that
Don
time.
C pick up the phone like, yo, what's good? Who this?
Yeah.
It's Tremaine. How you get my number? Ferris Bueller. Oh, all right, cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I'm like,
Don still thugging a little.
Yeah.
Still on Chicago
you
shit.
see that
I
718
would
number?
look
He's
for
like,
old videos of him talking just to catch that.
So once I said Ferris, it was cool.
Yeah.
And so then he go, yo, man, yeah, Ferris told me about you, but we just signed to William Morris, so now the fee's 20 grand. We can only do it for 10 grand if we happen to be in town. But if you want us to come out for it, it's 20 grand.
Wow.
So I wasn't gonna go get no money out the street,
Yeah.
and then I'm liable for it.
Yeah.
That's my head. So I was like, 10 grand, I could take that liability. You know what I mean? Liability.
How'd you know? But how'd you know? Like of that? You know what I mean? Of,
Cause I lived it, bro. Like I lived. That's how I knew. Not to be.
but what
arrogant.
I mean like going after Don C or you know what I mean? Like how do you like in 2002? That's like
Ferris,
before. Okay.
Ferris,
He was hit that.
Ferris
yeah.
was like I was in high school. We got out of Ferris was a year above me. Got out of high school. He's working at Def Jam. He's
Right.
Like
Okay,
Ferris.
okay.
Like Ferris put out the mixtape. Him and
Okay.
Plain Pat put out
Yeah.
the mixtape with Ye.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Like Ferris been
Yeah, he
in
was
this
already,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was the
The
dude.
streets was bubbling, yeah.
He was the dude from Queens. You know what I mean? Like Ferris. Like
I didn't notice.
so then Don was like, yeah, we signed with William Morris. It's 20G if you want us to book it. It's 10G, but if we happen to be in town, we can't guarantee it, and you gotta pay us.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do the party. So anyway, I told V that story. That night, V just said to me, V was also very cryptic, as y'all know. He said,
course.
seems like you're gonna get that party after all. I didn't know what he meant.
Yeah.
That week,
that's what V
I'm
said.
working all week. V texts me and A-Side, yo, first he's like, let's do me, you, and A-Side, let's do a party on Saturday night. I'm like, cool.
Wow.
Then that Saturday, I'm at a Mark Jacobs dinner. He texts me and A-Side, bring an aux cord. We're like, what? Bring an aux cord? So my man, shout out to Chris Burrows, one of my best friends. He go get an aux cord. Boom. A-Side's DJing. V texts me, yo, he's coming now. Stand by the door. So when he pulls up, I'm like, what's he talking about? It's Ye, fur coat. This is that era, Kanye West. It's Kanye West. Fur, YSL, floor length coat.
Yeah.
Threes on.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeezy.
Yeezy shoes. They had just done the show at like the Hammersmith Apollo.
Okay.
I couldn't go because I had to work dinner with Robert Duffy.
Wow.
I'm at the door. Ye see me, he's like, what up? I'm like, what up? Boom, he walks in. A-Side's playing James Blake, the hit record off his second album, like the record that everyone was playing.
Yeah.
Benji B, that era. He hears that, he's like, oh, if this record's on, we in the right place.
Yeah.
Boom, Ye come downstairs, we all partying, kicking it. And then V comes up like, yo, you got the aux cord ready? And then Ye comes up with his phone like, yo, can I play some records? Niggas is like, oh, sure. And then he go to play, he playing Yeezus demos. And the shit go crazy. And the first thing he play is On Sight. And I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, he's such a cocky, arrogant dude. I said, yo, this sound like Daft Punk. He's like, it is. 'Cause I know my music, like, I can tell who produced something on drums. Like, I don't make music, but I know music.
Yeah,
so I said,
same.
this sound like Daft Punk. And Ye looked me dead in my eyes and said, they made it. They made the beat. And then it was a wild night. Like, even, I remember Kim, shout out to Kim, she called. They were just dating at that time.
Yeah.
He's like, over the speaker system of the thing, he's like, yo, babe, I'm playing the music from my friends in London. I'll call you back. Like, it was crazy, bro. And then, because it was crazy because the music was incredible.
Yeah.
And that was the first party me, A-Side, Benji B,
Wow.
and Virgil ever did together. And
You never told me the story.
We've been, got on chat.
Yeah, I never heard
And we've been
chat, though.
we rolled out like that for a straight decade, you know, and like, but it was the magic. But that's the thing. But I say all that name dropping to say, you go back to the week, the beginning of the week. V hear me tell my little dream story with little 19-year-old Tremaine trying to get Kanye to, and he's like, he says, you gonna get that party?
And then gave it.
2 to 4 business days.
You know what I mean?
Like,
You know what I
actually,
mean?
like, crazy.
But
That's how
also,
it was.
but also V was able to read the room and be like, these are the two guys in London.
Yeah, he knew.
Because let me get it wrong. He wasn't doing a charity. Me and
he
A-Side
felt
had
it.
London in a fucking chokehold.
Damn.
As far as parties,
Yeah.
A-Side's the best party DJ.
Yeah.
We had a chokehold, and V was like, word, we gonna lock in with these dudes.
Damn.
And that's what it was, you know.
When you were going through the aneurysm, at the same time having this coin flip of like the Marni collection, the Dior collection, Comme des Garçons, Prime, like all of these things at once, and also facing all this criticism. Could you talk to that balance in a way? Because I don't think people even understand that headspace, or it's not even fathomable, honestly.
The shit,
like for me,
I'm too
emotional for anything.
The shit don't. Not saying I don't get upset. It don't mean shit to me. I buried my mom at age 33, my favorite person.
Yeah.
I carried a casket with my little brother.
Yeah.
After that, all this comments about this, opinions, me not getting the recognition.
Yeah.
I'm like, the recognition is my grandma's in hospice.
Yeah.
That shit 10 racks a month. I pay it.
Yeah.
That's my That's my CDF-FDA award.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Taking care of my grandma who grew up, how she grew up, and took care of my dad and my uncle and the grandkids and the great grandkids and everything she's done for everybody in Harlem, Georgia, small town, and I could help her out finally.
Yeah.
That's my record. I don't give up. Like, I'm not saying I never get upset at this shit.
Yeah.
You know, I be calling you flipping.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm not gonna act like that, but
yeah.
My stripes come from stuff like that. And like I said, I buried my mom, my favorite person. So you can say whatever you want. You got a white wife.
Yeah.
Watermelon.
Right.
Tremendous.
Right.
You can't hurt me.
No.
You can't. I had an aneurysm. I had a 5% chance of living. You could ask the doctor. You know what I mean? 5% chance of living. Then I got my lungs filled up with pneumonia. Then I got blood disease after that. This is all in 2 weeks. You know, you was here.
Yeah, I was
Niggas is like, Tremaine's
Yeah.
probably out of here. You know what I mean? Like, the doctor asking you if you want to talk to the priest. That's how it really got for me.
Real.
So if people don't want, it's in the articles. I'm not hiding it.
No,
But I'm not gonna do the post where I post me in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Because my friends came with balloons.
Yeah.
Or called and checked them, even when they were going through stuff, called and checked them on me. When niggas brought balloons to the hospital, when I was in Baker Unit, rehab for 2 months. Cats came and checked with me. I wasn't even in a wheelchair then, I was in a hospital bed. So for me, between my mom dying, all the other people I lost, I got and it's not play a violin for me.
It's not, no.
Everyone loses somebody. This comment shit don't mean shit because what Jay say, I'm still like Jay billionaire. He's only 50. He's not that far from being in Marcy. That's not that long.
Yeah.
I'm not that far from Farmers Boulevard.
That's facts.
I'm not that far from when I worked in Grady's liquor store and Supreme.
Yeah.
Not James Jebbia.
Yeah.
Supreme Kenneth McGriff was coming up in there.
Yeah.
For his PC. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or all the things I've been around and seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like you gotta walk down Murdoch at night.
Yeah.
And just hope you make it back to the crib because cats be getting robbed.
Yeah.
But you can't afford to take the dollar van.
Yeah.
Comment.
The dollar van.
So you compare that to a comment section of some nigga capping me down about who I fell in love with. I don't give a flying fuck. Because I don't know your life, but I know my life.
Yeah.
And if I weigh the scales of what really means something, what is really tough, you know what I mean? Like I live in pain every day from my neuropathy.
Yeah.
Give a fuck what niggas are saying on the internet. And I'm still here, so that's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? That's nice. And also, but then besides that, I feel I'm not owed anything.
Yeah.
So like, think about that run you just said. Marni collab, No Vacancy In. Dior collab. 2.5.
Unheard of, bro.
2.5 Supreme collections. Stussy Denim Tears collection. Denim Tears own Ming collection
That's
about.
what I'm saying.
I based the whole collection about the tiger in Harlem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking all the shit I did. Then got sick, fighting for my life for 8 months. I'm designing from the hospital bed.
That's what I'm saying.
My team is in LA. My man Anthony, my business partner, is holding me down.
Yeah.
My wife at the time, she was my girlfriend, holding me down.
Yeah.
And I'm still working on through it. And I still got up out the bed, came back to the Supreme, put in work, went through the bullshit. fucking like Rick Rubin when he left Def Jam, and then I'm still killing them. So how I feel about it is, if I don't get the praise or people thinking I'm a hack or they think,
well, hold on, because there's
I get loads of positive,
That's what I was gonna say.
Just saying,
because there hasn't been like a moment where I haven't seen denim tears. You know what I mean? Like this is all while thriving.
So I say all this
so that I
to
could
say
get the focus, but
what I focus on is the kid. Let me tell you what I focus on. And it's the last thing I said about this, because I'm talking a lot. I went to Farmers Day.
Yeah.
So we do Farmers Day by the Rock on Farmers Bully. Same rock where you see RLL do all his videos.
Yeah.
Tribe Called Quest.
It's the Rock.
So, OG over there does it. It's the third one. They started doing it since after COVID left up. So I'm on a walker. I could barely walk. I said, I gotta go to Farmers Day. I missed the last two. Yeah. I'm with my white wife in the hood on a walker. Yeah. She pull up with me. And my OG pull up with me, Nigel. He's from Southside. The line for the food was mad long, and I was in a lot of pain. You know what I mean? And I was weaning off the oxy, so I'm feeling a lot of pain. So I said, I can't wait for the food line. Can we go to there's this fish spot by 40 Projects. Can we go there? So we go. We drive down the back roads. I see a kid, probably 18, on a four-wheeler with the Destroy Tears jeans on. Yeah. So this kid's walking the same streets I used to walk. Same streets we used to play ball on, where some of my friends died on. Yeah. Where we had some of the best and worst times. Yeah. Wearing my clothing there.
While he's doing his thing too.
That's my award. I'm good.
Yeah.
So that's to answer your question. You're right. I do get a lot of praise, and I just don't worry about who overlooks me or who's trolling. Yeah. Because the positivity outweighs it. These are the flyest people on earth to me. On earth, These are my superheroes. Same. They wear my clothing. Yeah. I don't pay them to do it. Yeah. I don't ask them to do it. Yeah. They support me. You support me. Yeah. I mean, when the Supreme shit went down, you posted the whole fit in the leather thing. Yeah. So I never forget, me and V we went crazy when you said, "Don't touch my off-white." That's when I was like, I love this nigga.
I could have got blackballed for that. Yeah, no, I ain't care. I was like, fucking with it.
Because that's a lot of things too, is people like to play both sides. Yeah. And Raph said that shit. Yeah. And people was hating, and when Bloody, I remember V was like, he saved me. You know what I mean? Like joking, he said, don't touch my off-white. And that's, honestly, that's what we need more. That's facts. Like genuine solidarity.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Genuine solidarity.
It's a big thing. I think the way a lot of these
But a lot of people don't want to not get their seating package or whatever the reason is, they don't, you know what I mean? They worried about, maybe I can't get that styling gig if I repost or like Tremaine's photo or like Nast.
How do y'all feel about, like, I guess, Paris Fashion Week in today's age? Because I guess, before in history, there's been times we had to sneak into shows, wear certain type of fits to get in, whatever.
There ain't no more Paris Fashion.
It ain't no more. That's what I was gonna say. It could be in Detroit. They could do it in Detroit at this point. Yeah.
There was Yeah.
Go
ahead.
But that's it.
That's my only comment.
We held that shit down. But but some shit I do be seeing niggas say that I disagree with. A lot of people be saying like, they missed Fashion Week back in the day and all this back in the 90s and all that.
90s is crazy.
Y'all niggas wasn't there, bro. Like,
we
wasn't
there. We was not there. Nah.
Nope.
Yeah, we wasn't welcome.
As much as some shit is corny, some shit is not, but whatever. I like how it is today because it's nothing but niggas. Excuse my language. It's nothing but niggas in that front row. You understand what I'm saying? They putting niggas next to Anna Wintour. Right. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So
that's what I said. You had to code switch something. You had to do the thing to get invited.
There's definitely more of us in the building.
But the thing is that's more irking is that. But now the reason why I feel like people that's in this circle, you gotta understand, the percentage of us is very tiny.
Way tinier than we ever thought.
Realistically, it's mass.
It's so yeah.
It's a handful of motherfuckers who got taste and really understand what's actually going on. But there's people who hated on people like us, and people didn't understand us. People thought we were weirdos. People, we couldn't fit in where they were because we weren't cool enough to them. But now this thing that we do called fashion or whatever it is, or dressing, or however you want to look at it, now it's just like those same people could be sad at you at fashion.
They're right next to you. And not only that,
so that's why people
they're going to the gala.
Some people invite me to shows, and I'm like, I'm good. I'd rather pass on going to your show because I'm not gonna have you sit me next to somebody that just a couple years ago was looking at me like I was a weirdo or like, you know, like shunning me off from that world because
did you go through
I
that
didn't
too?
look how they look. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
because it's like, that's what I was going to say. There is a beauty in like the openness of it or what it's become. But there's also like that moment where it's like, bro, we really like had to do a lot to get in there.
And I don't want to be associated with them type of people.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you can't sit me at a show.
That's what I'm saying.
That took what we doing as they made a mockery out of what we doing, and now when they realize what it could do for you. And what it's done for us actually, and while we were on it so heavy, now they like, like you know, like now them same type of people DM you, yo, what's up? You gonna be in Paris? Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
You wasn't you just that guy? Literally, like, you know, like word, like now, but now you can sit front row at a show with me. No, I won't go to those shows. So I dump all shows. When I do Fashion Week, I'm doing like I'm going to Comb. I'm going when you're not gonna see everybody yet. Like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And like even some of these shows now where you starting to see those people. So it's like Fashion Week is just slowly but surely just dying off. Like, and it's just like you know, like at least for the real, you know, for people who really genuinely cared and like was really there to go see.
No, because not only are they bringing them in,
you know,
it's like
they give a fuck.
Their booths are not even over. Like you know what I mean? It's like
what's happening to fashion?
But it's because a lot of these brands, they're like influencer wars. It's like who could get the best influencers here, the biggest rappers. Like it's no more about just actually going to see a beautiful and amazing show and like it's just like them kind of people. Like, you know, like versus somebody with real style, somebody that's sitting next to you, they got a $10,000 outfit on. They only happy because it's $10,000. You know what I'm saying? It's just like don't sit me next to that guy. I don't want to be next to that guy. With all due respect. You know, like I work too hard to get where I'm at to have you sit me next to somebody who took this as a mockery.
But then, wait, hold on.
And that's what Fashion Week has become. It's a big mockery. No one goes for the shows. They go for the parties.
Absolutely. Yeah, they go for the parties. No.
You're not in Fashion Week.
This is true. I bring up that point, and that was a good point what you said, but I was like, is that then like ultimately that method wins though? Because it's like that mentality of like, all right, well then fuck all this shit. Like I'm not going to pull up at all. It's like then nobody, you know, from our side or who had came from or did that, they're all kind of with that feeling. And it just become a different you know what I mean? Like it almost pushes, it's like self-exiling yourself. Like, you know what I mean?
Don't get me wrong, like I'll show face sometimes, but I just say all that to say
I feel the same way though. I haven't been to a fashion week in a minute.
I say all that to say I don't take it as serious.
Right.
You know, I don't like, you know, like, not that I was ever like, oh, this is the most, you know, but I'm just like, you know, I can't really take this shit serious anymore. So when I am there now, I'm like, all right, let's throw a party. Let's
right.
You know, because it ain't about going to the shows no more. Like, you know, so if I'm getting paid to be out there, like, all right, cool. Like, you know, but I never went if I wasn't doing something. You know, like, shout to Stefan Ashpool, my brother. Like, actual first show I ever walked in was the Pigalle show, 2015. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, walked that show. He was the first person to ever like hit me up, flew me out to Paris. You know, like
he set it all up.
Set it all up, like actual legend, and that's still my brother. We still rocking hard to this day, like, you know. But like that guy was the first person to ever put me on the runway, and then next was V. So like,
and he's the first one to really bring our culture to Paris fashion. Was Stefan in a way, you know what I mean?
But that's the mayor of Paris for real, like literally, like, you know what I'm saying, like. That's another one. It's just like without that guy there, it's just like
shout out to Sharaf too.
Shout to exactly. Can't forget out Sharaf. Shout to exactly.
Pan Chocolat.
Like, like those guys were like the first ones that like made people like us feel comfortable there. Like, you know, like and it wasn't about all that. The tension was cut. Like, you know, because it was just like, yo, we here on family time. Let's have fun. Like, you know,
you can't be mad at that.
And that's how Stefan is. Like, he's always like, I'm planning shit with him now for Fashion Week, and it's just like always fun. Like, you know, like.
I agree with Nast and Bloody that they need me to, because I feel like it's good for a kid to see people that look like us.
That's what I was gonna say. It's still there too
in that space, but also I do feel a lot of it is some bamboozled. Like,
absolutely,
they just trying to
the same games from like 10 years ago.
You know, cloud up, make money, whatever. And we don't. I just hope people that's there is just getting whatever they're trying to get out of it, because it's we don't need their validation.
No,
and that's why even like someone go back to Stefan, was he didn't have the cosign he wasn't on the Paris schedule.
Yeah.
He still did his shows, did his own after parties, booked the DJs he wanted.
And had the coolest people there.
And had the coolest people there, you know what I mean? And it wasn't called, it was a fashion show.
Yeah.
It wasn't called streetwear. It wasn't a separation, you know what I mean? And he had all types of people walking the show, you know what I mean? And he was ahead of the time, and a lot of people adapted what he did and V did, and you know, Pharrell and them and Ye and them kicked the door open too.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, Mark Jacobs was the
Mark
Jacobs.
People wouldn't even care about this culture as much as they do if it wasn't for P's and Pharrell and Ye's. Like
for me, that's how I got into fashion. As far as traditional fashion, how I got involved is working at the Marc Jacobs store as a stock guy. Everyone got invited to the show. I started off as a stock guy. Security guard, stock guy, to the manager, we all got invited.
I was just off affiliation that got you in there.
We was all allowed.
You knew something because you went to Marc Jacobs.
Affiliation is goes
the biggest.
Well, I'm saying Mark fucked with everybody. He still does.
Okay.
He reached out to P and Ye and worked with them pre-hype. No one was doing that. No one was doing that.
It was unheard of.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking with musicians, rappers, this, that, and the third. You know, so. I just feel, a lot of other things, shout out to Mark, because a lot of people took his blueprint and ran with it, and his blueprint was a genuine thing, because Mark was wearing Free Little Kim t-shirts when it wasn't cool to do that or fuck with black women in that way, especially a black woman that's rapping and doing in jail for a shootout or whatever.
He loved that though. That made him gag. He was like,
it wasn't cool to do that. Again, it was like stuff we say about V, where people could be like, "Yo, you're wildin'."
You
know what I mean?
And that's a fact.
Really got to give it up to Mark.
Mark the OG before anybody.
You know,
I don't think, to be honest, respect to V, respect to P, nobody will ever do LV like Marc Jacobs.
Yeah.
No one will ever, he kicked down the door, the Stephen Sprouse stuff, all that MJ.
That's how cats learn about Tekashi Murakami. That's how I learned about Richard Prince.
Yeah, but this generation, they get it, they know, because motherfuckers, they dig through the crates, they know, but Mark been the guy, you know what I'm saying? I come from that era where, if you weren't wearing Marc Jacobs, then you ain't had shit on. You know what I'm saying?
At least a cool.
I remember when
then he had Mark by Mark, so if you couldn't afford the mainline shit,
the Vans, that's what I was gonna say.
You could rock the Vans. He had the
rain boots.
Remember the cargo, the army cargo.
Yes.
Wayne was wearing. Wayne loved it. All of them. What? It was just
there was a little Wayne Marc Jacobs collab that never came out.
And then he used to do
and a Marc Jacobs Supreme collab that never came out.
Marc Jacobs Wayne had a collab. Wow. Was it based off the cargo shorts?
It was, man.
Damn, shit was hard.
I got the PDF somewhere, anyway.
That shit by email somewhere.
But I wasn't working. I was on a store level, but I was cool with the Crave director.
Remember he used to do the Army surplus shit? He used to do the sales with he just go to the Army surplus and grab their shit and just basically stamp Mark by Mark in it and then sell it.
Yeah.
One navy blue trench coat that I used to wear. I got it from Barry. Barry traded me. Actually, he finessed me for a bunch of pieces. That was in one of the pieces that he finessed me with. And I used to rock that trench coat all the time. That and these brown junior boots. That's what got me kind of sparked my whole home shit. When I was rocking that. And Mark gave access to everybody.
Yeah.
It was the high-low, him and Robert Duffy. Yeah. And I remember working at the store because I moved out of New York to London. Mark and Jacobs, they moved me to London in 2010 to work at the London store. I remember that's right before the mob popped off. Yeah. But I remember seeing you cats come in, buying pieces and stuff like that. Coming through the store. You know what I mean? And it was a special time.
Do you remember that?
The store was
You met Tremaine in the shop?
No, I didn't meet him like that.
I met Nast properly in London.
Okay,
and
absolutely.
I remember.
Was it with V or was it?
Was it on some Pig
First time I met you was at XOYO. You was performing with Ferg.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I was in there kicking it. That's the first time we kicked it like that.
I met A-Side properly with Rocky when we were recording Rocky's second, third.
Yeah. And then remember I flew. We did this thing with Stussy, the Riot Rave in London. That shit was
I didn't know there was a riot rave in London.
Yeah, Frank was in there walking around.
Yeah. Nast, I'm gonna tell you, that riot rave,
I didn't know about that.
To me, that was me and A-Side's highest level party, because it was with Boiler Room, Stussy, and the mob. Flew the mob out, had the DJ booth in the middle of the crowd.
Yeah.
This nigga Nast, you can YouTube this shit. Nast is in the VIP section rapping. Wow. Like there was no stage.
Yeah.
Then Fergus over here rapping. Flacco is in the crowd rapping.
Wow.
Right, trying to get to the booth. He can't because he's it was so organic and real.
Crazy.
And that's the thing I feel like, not to sound like what's missing now.
Right.
But the difference is the genuine connection. It wasn't like, oh, what can you do? Like I met Flacco at the Pigalle store on the Humble. Yeah. He was in there dolo. I was in there kicking it. He's like, yo, what up? Nice to meet you. My man Jay Scott always talk highly. Rest in peace, Jay Scott. But that's how cats met. Like, Jay Scott said, because I used to book Jay Scott at La Esquina. Yeah. And whatever he was saying to Flacco about me and the mob, so when they start coming to Europe, we connected. Yeah. It was none of this denim tears didn't fucking exist. None of that shit. It was just
organic.
Hanging out. For years now. I love when I see people younger than me that they're into. I respect it. Yeah. Even if I'm not into it, I respect that they're into it. I wish there was it wasn't so like transactional. Yeah. Just cats maybe it's like, yo, I don't have to put you in a Denim Tears campaign. Yeah. We could just be friends and kick it. And if that happens some point, cool. But it's just like cats feel cats feel like, okay, we hung out once.
Where's the collab?
What we doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, where's the bag?
Thinking about Jay Scott just fucking me up. Great guy, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of my favorite DJs. And
another one with like the love with Jay Scott. With the style was crazy, but just like the love that he had. Like I don't think I've ever seen Jay Scott upset.
No, I haven't either.
Like out of all the years I've been around him, the entirety of time
he's been in the same room.
I'm even now, and I've said this before. Like I'm genuinely trying to think in my head. Like have I ever seen this guy angry, upset? Like only seen him and just like I'm talking about
calm and collected.
Like everybody goes through things.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like but he was one of them people you could
never look stressed, no matter what.
You could never see it on him. Like he's just like he always got a smile on his face.
He never talked about his heart thing he had going.
Never. Like you know, like I didn't know until like years later that bro was battling a heart condition. Wow. Like I'm
that's
like
your brother,
and that's my brother. Like I'm with this guy, torn with this guy every day of my life at a point. Like it's just like, huh? Like and you just didn't know that, bro. Yeah. Like it's just ill, bro. Like super ill, bro. Like you know, like again, like we don't. Those kind of people don't just come dime a dozen. Like you don't really. It's not every day you could be like, yo, I know a cat that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like or just. Bro, that shit don't really exist like that. So like you gotta really like, I mean, and having people like them just show you that you really just gotta appreciate people while they're here. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you really gotta appreciate people while they're here, bro, because just like that, gone. You know what I'm saying? Like and they just
V was good at that too, cause even I still got him. He sent me some flowers, but he sent me cotton. It was
that reef. That was him.
Nah, he sent me. No, this is This is 2021.
Times in my head. I'm like, wait.
A couple months. My birthday was in. Man, my biggest regret in life was my birthday was my 40th party, and then so I was turning 40, so I had a 40th party, and V was having a joint thing with Shannon, so his party was the day after mine, and I wanted to go see my I went to do a 40. I did my 40th birthday in LA, and then I went to Georgia the next morning to be with my family. I wanted to be with my family for my 40th, go see my mom's grave and whatnot. And so I missed the thing with V, and then, but he sent me cotton plant. Yeah. It came in this beautiful wooden box. Cotton plant wrote me a card, like. Yeah. Man, you know what I mean? So like it's just like thoughtful to the T, bro. Like I still got it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just like shit like that just give me the fucking chills, man. That you know, I got Jay Scott stories too. Just give me the chills that these brothers not here anymore. For their families, firstly, for their not here for their families, firstly, Like, forget the clothing and the culture shit for their families, and then for their friends, and then for the game. You know what I mean? Like,
just for all of us, bro. They're real brothers to us, like real life brothers, bro. It wasn't even about just working. Like, we shared many different type of conversations, like. You know, like it's aside from the things that they've done for us, but it's just like, cause like that. If we get to talking about that, it's just like, damn, you can't even really repay niggas. Like I used to thinking like, I used to just have to like sometimes ignore V shit. Like I'm like, I can't even do that, cause like, how the fuck am I repay him for that? I got a Louis Vuitton statue in the crib of myself.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like you can't go nowhere in Louis Vuitton and not see his face.
Yeah, that's
as a mannequin.
That's facts.
Like we young niggas from Harlem. Like I'm like,
that's facts.
That's insane.
I don't know if people really grasp the gravity of that shit.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, bro, a lot of niggas got like, you got a handshake, you know, box of shoes. Like, nigga, I got a Louis Vuitton statue of myself. I never even thought I would get like, after doing the Tim Walker campaign with him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like that kind of shit. That's just like, damn, like I gotta think of this shit every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like I never.
How you even say thank you?
Yeah, like I just
thank you. Like, you gonna bring
bro,
like bro, like that shit is you changed a nigga whole life, bro.
Yeah, like for real.
My name is Bloody.
And don't want nothing
to be in a Louis Vuitton store as a mannequin. My name is Bloody.
And V was the type of nigga, if you try to do something with V, will run away from it. He don't want you to do nothing.
Yeah, he don't want you.
He don't want you to do nothing for him. He just like, yo, I got y'all. Like, got you. Y'all want, I got y'all. Like, hey, you need something? I got you. And like, really ask him for favors, but when you ask him, clockwork. And when you ask him and he say he gonna do it, he do it. Niggas don't be a man of their word. Like, bro, he was a man of his word, bro. And he's the type of guy that like.
You a man of your word too.
Like, facts. But like. Yo, he like this is the type of guy that, bro, you would hit him up about something. I remember I told him I was doing music and whatever, bro. Like he was like, yo. He was like, I was like, yo, I want to go outside and like rap and make some weird shit. And he was like, yeah, I know what you should do. And then he sends me. I'm like, yo, you could get the Cop Killer beat from John Mouse.
Okay.
He's like, what?
Great song.
Gets on the phone. I'm talking about this is all a matter of less than 5 minutes, bro. This man hit whoever he hit up, got the instrumental, the official.
Which is like close to impossible.
Not
So who's reaching out to John Mouse? Yeah.
Like I don't know
That's
who he hit,
crazy.
who he did what, but all I know is I still got the instrumental in my phone. I'll play it. Like just to like crazy. I'm like, wait, what? Like Cop Killer instrumental in my
just like that.
And text thread like that. He's the type of person that like you want to meet the president? All right, cool, all right. You talking 2 seconds later, you open your phone, you in a group chat with the president.
Yeah.
And that's why
that's how V was.
And that's why I'm gonna say this, because again, this needs to be said, like, because everyone on this table did it. I wish V would have got to see people bang out for him while he was living, the way they did when he died. I wish when they were trying Black Twitter and everyone was trying to cancel him several times for Milan, having a white staff in Milan, or whatever with the shit, the shit about, just like, hey, we all know Sean, he's our friend. We hate that his shop got banned, and people are trying to destroy him, destroy his career. I wish all the people that said we love V, V was my friend, reposting all the support niggas, reposting fucking screenshots.
Yeah.
I know you was banging out for V. I know you was banging out for V. I know you was banging out for V. I'm not even gonna speak on me. And it's like, I just wish he would have got to see that. I wish cats would have. So that's the thing. I hope people learn from V. Is like, yo, these people in your life, whether they're Virgil, creative, famous, great designer, or just someone in your life, really stand up for people. Energy. Stand up for people you love, or just your man on the block. Like
this is Kerwin Frost Talks, Virgil Abloh edition.
Yeah, straight up. It's like
straight up.
Stand up, because that no one can hear you at funerals.
No.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like my mom didn't hear nothing I said at her funeral, but you know why it didn't matter? Because she knew on her birthdays randomly, I call her, tell her she's a legend. She's like this, that, and the third.
Nah, you'll even call me on random days, like just, yo, checking in.
You know what I mean? Like,
how's waffle?
So that's the shit that people need while they living, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or, like, what's one of them cats from Philly said, bring you flowers when you're dead, but no soup when you're sick. Bring people soup when they're sick. You know what I mean? That's a metaphor.
No, that's
one of the young guns said that. Or Skino and Sparks, he said, They'll bring you flowers when you're dead, no soup when you're sick. Bring people to soup when they're sick, man. Like figuratively and literally.
We're all close to that feeling. That's what I'm saying.
You know
It's
what
like
I mean?
it can't be on a we gonna judge you like what's on the It's like we're 2 steps away from that same. You know what I mean?
And that's why whenever interview you hear me talking about A-side, talking about whoever, I'm always gonna bang out on A-side, so he knows how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, V know how I felt about him, Nast know how I feel about him, you know how I feel about you, vice versa.
Yeah.
My wife know how I feel about her, my man Chris. It's not just about people in the game, it's just, that's the thing I hope people will learn, just to really cherish people, because motherfuckers go out quick, man.
Yeah. I think people forget that, we in the game, but like they forget that we actually like family. Like all of us will come up in the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I knew O for time. Like I remember not knowing who the fuck O was, but just always hearing about him.
Yeah. He was the bully. He was the bully.
When he fly. Like, people
The story, you all heard?
You all heard the bloody stories. Who's name? What's my name?
But it's easy to feel like that when you're on the outside of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers been rocking for years. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We all humans, bro. We all got feelings. We all hurt. We all cry. We all laugh, bro. We all humans, bro. I don't think people think we robots because we in this industry. Bro, we not, bro. We all got feelings, bro. We all hurt and bleed the same as everybody else. You understand? We just bleed together. You know what I mean? That's it.
And a lot of stuff we do everything ain't self-serving. It's like
No, absolutely.
Nast doing my Comb campaign, that's not changing his life financially. He's doing it he's doing it for the.
But that's full circle. That's full circle.
But I'm just saying, it's like
beautiful.
the things we do for each other is deeper. It's not just like some old nepotism bull, like cool guy shit. It's like real friendship. I mean,
even this, y'all wouldn't come down to the complex office. Like, it's not.
You know?
Yeah, like, even putting this together, this was like actually. It takes a
but
lot.
you flew in for it, you know? You got a kid, you know? So it's it goes. I
would have had diss tracks ready, too.
I'm happy to be here, brother. I'm happy.
For real.
You put this together.
Thank y'all for coming together, for real.
Thing, bro.